Okay, so who of you already knows your postman by first name because you are ordering so much so that he's coming to you every week? I guess, honestly, maybe a lot of us can answer this question with yes, because if we are, due to a Bitkom research of 2021 regarding e-commerce trends, 1 of 3 people in Europe are ordering at least once a week. I mean, honestly, that is nothing surprisingly because the trend has been steadily moving toward e-commerce for years, and for most companies it's absolutely necessary to sell their goods online. And Corona has, of course, also further fueled this development. As a bridge between companies and their customers, modern logistic platforms are undoubtedly among the big winners of this development, and also without which such a big online boom would not have been possible at all. My name is Melanie Prange. I am the member of the management board of the E-Conomix group, and we at E-Conomix accompany numerous e-commerce projects. We have from big companies to small to medium-sized companies as customers, and therefore we know on the one hand the challenges small to medium companies face to be able to compete with the big players in the field, and also we know the challenges the big companies face with their own logistics centers. We are providing web shops and websites, but also product information management systems, as well as consulting in the area of digital overall strategies. Yeah, like you can here, for example, see. On the other side, we also, of course, always focus on the end consumer. For end consumers nowadays, ordering is part of their everyday life. Quickly order a birthday gift or replenish the food that is running out low, no problem. 1 click and the order is done from anywhere at any time. And for the end consumers, usually only the last step, the delivery, can be seen. But as we all know, behind the scenes, much more is needed. Small-scale processes are done to make this delivery possible. As the time won't be enough today to deep dive into all these challenges, I would like to give you a short overview of some of the challenges we face with our customers, as also as some trends we see. So let's imagine you have the perfect web shop. It runs fast, it's perfectly optimized for the customer, and the look and feel is just awesome. And then the big surprise, your customers are complaining. But why? They are complaining about the delivery. Their whole online shopping experience was just not satisfying, as the package came in delayed, damaged, or they did not feel comfortable with the information they received during the whole process of ordering and the after sales. Well, in this case, also the best web shop won't bring you the success you need. Therefore, let's start from the beginning. All companies that start in the e-commerce business first have to define a way how the products come to the consumer. And yeah, I mean, it sounds easy, just send them right, but I guess we all know it's not that easy. Our customers have to find a way how they can do this, and usually most of our customers find a perfect partner for this, so a third-party logistic provider who helps them with these processes. So true to the motto, do what you can do the best and outsource the rest, they are concentrating on their e-commerce business, and they find a perfect partner who helps them with the logistic part. To do so, there are different questions they are asking, like, for example, where are the warehouses located of this partner? Which interfaces are offered and how flexible are they? We will come back to this point also in the second challenge, as it's really important. Which values are represented and do they fit to my own company? With which carriers do they work? Which additional services do they offer? Like, for example, do they offer something in the area of customer care or specific packaging? What countries are covered, and of course, last but not least, what are the costs associated with the services per country and package? Let me shortly highlight this. Finding such a perfect partner is really essential for companies, and you have to take care to do so, because it could be a real good competitive advantage for you, as companies, as customers can compare online almost everything, and delivery can really tip the scales here. So the first hurdle is taken. You know how the products will come to the end consumers. Now we come to the biggest challenge I see within almost every project, the interfaces between the different systems used. Like, for example, the interface between the web shop and the ERP system, the interface between the web shop and the order management system, and so on. There are a lot of possibilities that are almost endless. These interfaces are usually designed to ensure that processes can run smoothly and are automated as far as possible to move data from A to B. I mean, it is nice that a package in the end comes to the consumer, but behind the scenes much more is needed to do so. A fast exchange of data is important, like stock data has to be exchanged, stock has to be replenished, and also track and trace information has to be moved from A to B. And of course, also the customer wants to get the information up to date and as soon as possible. The data and documents that can be exchanged here, like you can see, are, for example, invoices, return labels, shipment notifications, and many more. The possibilities how these interfaces can be built are, like I already mentioned, almost endless. We at Economics always take care to build these interfaces so that they fit to the customer, because each customer is somehow individual in their system architectures and processes, and not always the best technological solution is the best way to maintain and implement these interfaces. So you always should consider the customer and its interfaces and implement the solution that fits perfectly to him and not fits perfectly because it's technological, the advanced one. Moreover, with these interfaces, you also have great possibilities to build features for the end consumer. Like, for example, we have one customer who is also showing offline orders in the account in the web shop to his consumers, so that the customers can see online and offline orders in one system combined. Or you can also, for example, offering pre-ordering systems by showing them the date from which a product will be available in the future and give them already the possibility to order. So the last challenge we see within our products is the decision regarding delivery time and options. I mean, who doesn't know this? There's a birthday right around the corner and you still don't have a gift. But thanks to fast delivery, no problem. As we also heard in the panel beforehand, same-day delivery, and I have the birthday present right on time. But what happens if the delivery time cannot be met? You are angry, you don't need the gift anymore belated, and you have to find another solution. And your whole customer experience is just not satisfying. And also for B2B customers, the delivery times are really important. As, for example, one of our customers is delivering to trade fair booths. So they have a really specific delivery time and they have to stick to it. And another customer who has shops that are only open in the night, their delivery is only possible in the afternoon and later. And so it's quite important also for the web shop to give this flexibility and to offer different delivery options and times to do so. If we now have a look at a study named E-Commerce Lieferkompass 2021-2022 by SendCloud, when standard delivery is chosen, consumers expect their orders within 3 days, but are also willing to wait for 5 days. So they are somehow flexible for some days to wait for their order. However, let them know how much time you will need, because 20% of consumers would no longer order in a web shop if there's no possibility of track and trace. And honestly, if I have a look also at our customers, there's a way to improve, because a lot of retailers still struggle with the possibility to offer track and trace information in the web shop. Now let's have a look at the other side, because we also live in a world of instant need satisfaction. Therefore, you should give possibilities to your consumers so that they can be flexible. One of the reasons why one online store is chosen over another by customers is the offer of flexible delivery options. Here, the preferred shipping options are standard delivery, same-day delivery, and next-day delivery. And also, if you compare this to the reality, a lot of online shops just only offer standard delivery and do not dive deeply into the customer expectations in this point. To sum it up here, be transparent. Let your consumers know how much time you will need to deliver the order and inform them during the process. Moreover, give them flexibility by the delivery options. And most important, please stick to your promises. It doesn't make sense to inform the customer in the webshop that you only need 1 day to deliver the goods, but in reality, you need much more time. So free shipping, a curse or a blessing? I mean, customers are pretty spoiled in the past with shipping costs. Thanks to the big players, free shipping was something like the reality and standard in the past. However, more and more also big giants are moving away from free shipping at all. So when we also now have a look at the already mentioned survey of SendCloud, 68% of consumers abandon their shopping cart when they are confronted with excessive shipping costs. And this is also one of the most cited reasons why a consumer would pick another store over another, the shipping cost. But what does excessive mean in this context? Do they really want free shipping? No. So basically, the more expensive the order is, the more consumers are also willing to pay for shipping, at least up to a specific order amount. This specific order amount is around 150 euros. When you reach this shipping, order value, then consumers don't want to pay at all for shipping. So now let's also have a look at the other side. How do retailers handle this nowadays? 23% of retailers offer free shipping, 7% only for certain goods, and the majority above 46% above a certain order value. When we now combine both sides, so the retailer perspective and also the customer perspective, introducing a threshold could be a good possibility on the one hand, for online retailers and also to meet customer expectations. And this can also be a great marketing strategy because consumers usually tend to add another product to the cart to reduce shipping costs. Of course, there's still now the question, how can a company still be efficient regarding these shipping costs? Here, a lot of our customers are using specific shipping rules in the web shop where they are maintaining rules like what's the size of the product, the weight, and specific carrier costs regarding this. And in this way, they pick the best possibility to send the order. Returning is also a big challenge I see. I would like shortly to share one of my own experiences here with you. I once ordered in an online shop and the product didn't fit, so I wanted to return it. And here my frustration already started because I couldn't find a possibility in the webshop how to return it. After a long search, I finally found one. I had to send them an email. Okay, it wasn't as easy as I thought, but I sent them the mail, and then they wrote me back that they would need my address. I was a little bit confused because, I mean, they could send me my package. Why don't they have my address for the return label? But fine, I answered them, and finally I received the return label and could return my goods. But the whole process for me as customer was not very handy, it was time consuming, and I never ordered in this web shop again. So therefore, in our opinion, it is always worth it to implement an RMR process directly in the web shop, where the consumer gets directly his QR code, for example, for the return, And you save manual work, there are less errors, and the customer is happy with it. However, return handling can also already start in the web shop by reducing the return quota at all. Here you don't need a massive digital budget to do so, to buy a third party for it. You can also start with small things, like, for example, providing meaningful product information to inform the customer about the products before he's ordering it. We implemented a lot of also different possibilities here to reduce the return quota at all. You just have to use these possibilities. So the last around 5 minutes, I would like to have a look at the trends we are seeing. The boundaries between offline and online are disappearing more and more in the past. Try on in store, buy on the net, order on the net, pick up in store, deliver to your home, returned in store. Since the beginning of the first steps in the online business, lots of retailers have developed more and more sophisticated omnichannel strategies. From the customer perspective, all channels are bundled together in one process. This means that customers have access to the entire product range and all alternatives when ordering, delivering, and returning goods, regardless of which sales channel they are choosing. But what does this linking of in-store and online retailing mean for logistics and therefore also for warehouse management? When deliveries and returns are made to stores, but also directly to the end customer, processes with completely different principles must be combined and controlled in one system. And also in the web shops, this has to be shown, like by, for example, collect in store, click in store, and so on. There are a lot of different possibilities. A real-time inventory with visibility across stores, fulfillment centers, and the extended supply chain becomes important for the seamless customer experiences here. Well, admittedly, sustainability is not a really new trend, but in my opinion, really worth mentioning, as there is a lot of room for improvement. Regarding the EU Packaging Act 2022, it already contributes to this change. But not only the legal requirements are pushing the importance of sustainability in the e-commerce, but also people do. 52% of online shoppers say they prefer online shops where the environmental impact is lower. However, nowadays they are still not willing to pay for it. So they expect it from the companies, but they are not willing to pay for it. But there are still some possibilities to take this responsibility, at least as a company. You could educate your customers, be transparent regarding the order's carbon footprint. Have a look at packaging sizes. Please do not just transport air from A to B. And if you cannot have a look at the packaging sizes, be creative. You can, for example, show in the web shop to the customer how much more he has to order to fill the package perfectly. This can also motivate some customers to do so. Moreover, make returns paperless. As I already mentioned, there are great processes where you can give the customers in the web shop a QR code for the return and so on. And also, please do not use partial deliveries and use reusable packages. Moreover, there is a rethinking of the last mile, like we already heard in the panel before my keynote. Here you can consider points like pickup station, which can become more important, like drones and delivery bots, like we already heard in the panel before me, when the legal requirements can be, of course, met and are given by the governments. But also dark stores and so on can be a possibility here, and eco-friendly mobility. Last but not least, data. So imagine you are on holiday. You want to visit your favorite coffee shop, you have an app of it, and you see the closest store nearby in the app. And then you also have the possibility to already pre-order. But that's not all. The app already suggests you products that fit perfectly to your choice now. But how can this happen? Data is the answer. Using machine learning algorithms, products can be suggested based on weather, time of day, inventory of the store, former orders of yourself in the web shop, and also orders of other people here. Omnichannel at its best thanks to data. When we think this further, here also, based on this data, inventory can be predicted, trends can be foreseen, and so on. So in general, we see that data can be a real game changer here, but there is a lot of improvement, and of course, also companies have to use it. So from our experience in consulting projects in the e-commerce area, there's a big chance to use the trends. However, lots of companies still have to do their general homework. So they still have to work on their internal processes, on their interfaces that have to be implemented before they can really go forward and work on these trends. So I'm looking forward to discuss with you some of these trends in the lunch break. Thank you.